Hi, my name is Dr. Greyson Fox. I'm a chiropractor here at the Roots Health Centers. I've been here for about almost a year now. Originally from Nashville, Tennessee. I moved down here to Florida to intern at one of my mentors in Pompano Beach, Florida, Dr. Paula Hedgelon. She is an amazing chiropractor. She instilled pretty much all of the things I value today: to give, to love, to serve, and make sure I do that in full abundance and expect nothing in return. That's what mostly got me down here. Eventually, I moved over to Sarasota to be closer to family, and that's how I ran into Dr. Logan and Dr. Laura. Eventually joined this practice and working with them. It's been such a great honor to serve the community in Sarasota as well as any age. What ultimately drew me to work with kids and families is making sure we can have children grow up with great neural integrity from the start. In the world that we live in nowadays, there's a bunch of different stressors from physical, emotional, and chemical, and especially at the birthing process. There's a lot of interventions nowadays that they go through, and that puts a lot of stress on these nervous systems straight from birth, and making sure we can mitigate that as much as possible by catching it when it first started so these kids can grow up healthy, happy, and be the best versions of themselves. The thing I tell parents that are most nervous about chiropractic care is that it's actually very gentle. I know a lot of parents, they think when a kid comes in, these kids are going to receive some type of manipulation. However, it's very gentle. It's light touches. It's mostly just a sustained contact, using my fingers basically to adjust these kids and bring their nervous systems back into ease. The pressure that we're using on these kids when it comes to the sustained contact is very light. It's just enough to barely indent the skin, and we hold that in the specific line of drive that these bones subluxate to bring back into ease into their nervous system. Some of the most common issues we see in infants and toddlers is torticollis, where these kids come in with their head and neck positioned in a certain way. We also see kids with colic. GERD, reflux, constipation, all those issues is the most common things we see when it comes to infants coming into the office. One of the most severe, unique cases I've seen in this office is kids that come in actually with seizures. They come in and their body is basically having 30, 40, 50 plus seizures a day, and those kids are an honor to work with and help tone down their nervous system, and that way they can enjoy life and not have so many episodes as they go throughout childhood. So what I explain to a nervous first-time parent is basically when they come in the office, greet them with a warm welcome, kind of show them what we do here, walk them through the process, and then we ultimately sit down and discuss what's really going on, not only at home, but with the child. And then I really connect with them, show them how an adjustment works, what tests we do in this office, and how we can really help them achieve true health for them. A healthy nervous system for a child's development means everything. I don't really know what that child looks like from 30 years from now, from getting adjusted right after birth, but what we do know is if we can help them adapt and become more resilient to their environment, then they'll ultimately be better versions of themselves as they grow up. Something surprising about kids' health that surprises parents is kids usually don't have many issues starting out, and they don't really think they need to go to a chiropractor. However, if we can start the process before anything starts to show up later on in life, and help them develop and become stronger individuals, that's the most surprising thing for them. Ultimately, why I chose to be a part of the Roots team is it's a family here. That's the most important thing. As soon as you walk in the door, you're greeted with a smile. Everyone's so lively. Not once do you feel like you're in the wrong place. The first time I came into this office, I noticed what happens is people will come in, whether that's for red light, chiropractic adjustments, decompression, it doesn't really matter. What they do is they actually hang out, and they like to talk to you afterwards. They're not just trying to get out the door after their treatment, but that's what made me really want to join the team. Typical day here at the Roots is filled with fun, laughter, but also seriousness. We're dealing with people's health, and we want to make sure we can help them reach their goals that they're looking for. Really, it's about connecting to individuals, making them feel welcome, making them feel loved, but also at the same time, delivering top-notch chiropractic care and other services in this office so they can reach their goals. We see a wide range of patients that walk in through our door. Not only do we see the geriatric population, but we also see prenatal population. We see pregnant moms come in. We see little babies coming in weeks after birth. We even see 10-year-olds, 5-year-olds. It doesn't really matter what age. We see them all. They all come through these doors, and we give them the same service no matter the age. Pregnant women should come in to receive chiropractic care for their health plan, because not only does it help prep them for pregnancy, but it helps get their nervous systems into a more parasympathetic, digest, regulate state. So they're also feeding in the good hormones into that kid, and we can go ahead and pre-program their nervous systems and get them ready for what's ahead of them when they do enter the world. One of the things that people find the most surprising after they come in for their first visit is how awesome it is here. We're very welcoming. Everyone's so happy, everyone's smiling. But not only that, but we take them serious at the same time. One thing that they say every single time is, man, I just want to bring my family here, or I wish I knew someone that was here locally and I can help refer them here to this office just because of how awesome they are. Or they compliment the music that's playing. If you've been on the fence to not only find a chiropractor or receive the type of care in this office, what I suggest is you just come in. You come say hello. That doesn't mean you have to do anything, doesn't mean you have to go through with an exam, but come in, see what we do, see if this is the right fit for you, because it's not the right fit for everyone. However, once you get to meet us, once you get to see the process and see what we do and what other people start to experience when you walk through these doors, you won't make the wrong decision, you'll make the right decision for your health. So we do a wide range of scans and tests in this office. In this office, we have an in-house x-ray suite, but not only that, when it comes to pediatrics or some other intensive cases, we do have neurological scans. We have the EMG looking at muscle tone. We have the HRV looking at the heart rate variability and where you are on your autonomic nervous system scale. Are you fight or flight, or are you rest and digest regulate state? We also do a thermal scan looking to see where's the inflammation pent up in your nervous system, so we can help your body become more at ease and know exactly where to look. One of my favorite cases that I ever had the honor of taking care of is one little boy. He comes into this office the first time, and he's on the spectrum. He's screaming, yelling, couldn't sit still. He likes to hit and punch and kick and do all these things. And this mother actually drove all the way from Lakeland, so over an hour away, to come into this office. We did all the neurological scans, saw exactly where in his nervous system was the issue and what areas we need to address to help him bring back into ease. Within a couple months of care, this kid came in and he was unrecognizable. He was calm, he wasn't screaming anymore. He actually ran into the room and hopped on the table. He used to not have to do that. I used to have to come out and we would have to bribe him into the room with toys and other things. And he comes right in, sits on the table. Not only that, but he used to have to watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse just to get an adjustment. And within 3 months, he no longer has to watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. He doesn't even ask for the telephone anymore. He points to certain areas within his back region that feel most tense for him, and he helps me through the process as well. And he's very nonverbal as well at the beginning. And not only that, as we went throughout, he started to talk more, start to engage more. Not only that, but he had more eye contact with his parents and his dad. And he used to go outside and play catch with his dad, and he wasn't able to catch the ball. His coordination wasn't very well, and he started finally catching a baseball for the first time with his dad. So life became more enjoyable for him, and for his parents. And she ultimately saw the value in our care, and she still to this day drives over an hour to make sure that her kid's nervous system is regulated and that he's becoming the best version of himself. One thing that I wish people knew more about their nervous systems is it's always adapting. Every single day, every second, every hour. It never stays constant. Out in the world, we do have 3 stressors. We have physical, emotional, and chemical stressors, and all those can take a toll on the body and the nervous system. So making sure that their nervous system is at tip-top shape and making sure it's regulated so they can respond to their environment appropriately and effectively to make sure that they can become the best versions and stay the best versions of themselves is key. One thing that makes this office different from most offices in the area is that we listen. Not only that, but we care about you. And we want to make sure we get you the best results possible when you do come in this door. And some places you can go, yes, down the street, but do they really care? Do they really listen? If you come into this door and come into this office, I'm going to make sure I give you my undivided attention to give you the best care possible. When it really comes to healing from within, we all have that potential from heal from above, down, inside out. We don't necessarily have to go to the pharmacy and take something to cover up a symptom. What we can do is we can give the body the opportunity and remove some interference so it can heal and so it can thrive again. And that way you can avoid any unnecessary drugs, surgeries in the future. One thing I'll tell my younger self is I wish I started chiropractic care earlier. I first started when I was 16 years old after a soccer injury. I was not only going there just for my low back at the time so I can get back on the field and play my last year of high school basically, but I was a chronic migraine sufferer and I didn't know chiropractic care could even help with that. I was one of those people that was throwing up in the bathroom, had to roll up a towel, put it underneath the door because any type of light really bothered me. And one thing I noticed after getting adjusted, I didn't have nearly as many migraines. It almost went 3 months without one. I used to get them constantly every month, multiple times a month. If I could tell myself one thing, a younger self of me, definitely would be to take care of your body and go to a chiropractor. If I could describe the Roots Health Centers in 3 words, ultimately it will come down to loving, caring, and a family atmosphere when coming into the office. And why those 3 words? Love is most important. Everyone needs love, whether that's a hug, a handshake, a smile, a pat on the back. Caring because we truly do care about your health and about helping you become better and so you can keep doing the things that you love. And family oriented, because when you do come in here, you do become a part of the family. You're a part of the Roots. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here, and so we appreciate y'all so much. When you first come here for your first appointment, what does it kind of look like? First, you'll come in, you'll be welcomed from one of the lovely front desk ladies, whoever may be standing there, or I might be standing there and saying hi. I'll come up, introduce myself, get familiar with you, and then ultimately you go on a tour around the office. That way you understand what we do in here and get familiar with our space, and so you can feel comfortable and make it feel like a home to you. Then we will sit down, do a very in-depth consultation going through your health history. Then we would do, if necessary, any x-rays, and we would do those neurological tests to really dive deep and see where is the tension stuck in your nervous system so we can make sure we don't miss anything when it comes to your health. When it comes to receiving care in this office, the question we get is, how much care do I need and what does that look like? Ultimately, it's tailored to each individual. I can't really tell you exactly how much care you need, your child needs, your friends needs, but once you do come in and we really sit down and discuss what's going on and do some exams, I get a better picture of your health, and that way I can see how much care do you need. Do we adjust on the first appointment? Yes and no. It really ultimately depends on what you present with. I want to make sure I don't miss anything when it comes to your health and that you receive the best care possible. Some people do come in and they do receive an adjustment the first time coming in, but that's after we sit down and doing our exams and tests, and then I know that's what best fits you for your health goals. Or you do come back for a day 2 to sit down and discuss all your needs and see what is necessary to help you achieve true health. So what does it look like when you do come in the office to receive care after your first appointment? Really, it's a quick process. We make sure we're very efficient and we try to keep wait times very low because we know that there's a life out there outside of this office and that you need to get back out there. So most of the time you come in, you scan in, it calls your name and you go to the room and you actually get to lay there and relax and decompress your nervous system for some time, whether that's 30 seconds, a minute or so. And then I come in and you will receive your exceptional chiropractic adjustment. And then depending on if you receive any services outside of that, then you will go and receive red light, decompression, shock wave, but that's what it would look like when you come into the office. A lot of people are wondering, where is the Roots Health Centers? Well, actually, we're very conveniently located. We're right down the street from UTC. We're very close to Nathan Bitterson, but not only that, but we're very close to Waterside and Lakewood Ranch. So we're right in the main area, main hub, where a lot of people come to, and we're right down the street from all those areas for you to come in. Not only that, but this office is actually on the first floor, so it's very easy to come in. You don't have to go upstairs, elevators, and there's plenty of parking when it comes to coming to the Roots. So the Roots Health Centers is actually located in the San Marco Plaza. Not only that are we in this area, but we also have a swim school right nearby where a lot of families actually go over for their children's swim lessons. Not only that, but we have a dance studio right next door where kids come in and learn how to dance. Not only kids, but they also help adults learn how to dance. We also have a dentist here locally within the San Marco Plaza. We have a Publix, we have a deli, we got restaurants. So this area is where a lot of families like to come, and not only for an evening out for great food, but also to receive great health benefits. Here at the office, it's very convenient and very easy to come in. I know life gets at us and it can become very inconvenient to take care of ourselves. However, we're very close right off the interstate near UTC. Not only that, but we utilize certain technology. You're able to manage your own schedule when it comes to that, so you can move appointments around. And when you come in, you scan right in and your name gets called. There's very little wait time when it comes to receiving care in this office. That way, you can make time for yourself and make sure as you go throughout life, your nervous system stays regulated and you stay the healthiest version of yourself. There's really two things people don't like to talk about, and that's health and finances. And a lot of times, especially nowadays, finances is really on the top of the list, and they don't understand how they can afford the care, but they do want to get better. Ultimately, your health is wealth, but really it comes down to having proactive care, making sure that you're taking care of yourself and investing in yourself, because you only get one body. You don't get two. You can't go to a car lot and trade it in. So making sure you're being proactive with it instead of reactive, you can save a lot of money on major health bills later on by just coming in and spending the little bit now so you can become better and keep getting better and prevent anything later on down the road. So if you're someone that's on the fence or been looking for a chiropractor for quite some time, biggest thing I say is just come into the office. Step in here, get to know us, sit down with one of the docs, get to know me, get to know Dr. Logan. And that way we get to know you as well. We can make sure, is this office the right fit for you? The last thing we want to do is do any unnecessary test before we know this place is the right fit and that we can help you reach your health goals. Nervous system care is very important because what controls every single cell, organ, tissue in our body, it is our nervous system. And if our nervous system is not regulated appropriately, then that can lead to a wide range of different things to show up. And a lot of people, that can be different symptoms and different health issues, and they might be going to see many different doctors, many different tests, and they're getting no answers. They're doing all the labs, they're doing all the imaging, and the doc always says, everything looks fine. However, there can be some nervous system dysregulation happening, leading to a wide range of different things to show up. So making sure that you do receive nervous system focused chiropractic care can help you and your body function even better than before. If the Roots Health Centers was not here in this community, ultimately people will be missing out on exceptional care. So the fact that we're here in this community, we can offer amazing care and help you thrive again. To make a change within your nervous system, it doesn't really take much. It takes consistency and repetition and effort, not only on my part, but your part as an individual. Really what we're doing is we're trying to influence the body and change the way it perceives itself and help rewire nerves that have been firing a certain way for so long. A lot of people come in and they've been in a chronic state of fight or flight, sympathetic dominance, and they don't even know how to calm down or process a lot of information. So by the way of going into specific regions within the neurospinal column, we can help influence the brain and make a change so the body can perceive itself in a different way.